All right, I'm Hale Smith. I'm here with Wayne Edgeworth and the Edgeworth 8-point. I'm with Alabama Whitetail Records, and this deer is one of the largest 8-points that's ever been killed in Alabama. We had him scored last week, and we just confirmed the score today here at the Alabama Whitetail Records Museum. It's 175 and 1/8 inch 8-point. He does have a little kicker off the side here, but it's a huge deer for Alabama. And what we wanted to do was introduce Wayne. Wayne has been hunting this deer a long time, and it's just such an unbelievable deer. And we're all so happy for Wayne and glad he stopped by today to just share his story on the deer. So Wayne, if you would, tell us about how this deer, how you came about being able to harvest this deer right here.
Well, I had this deer on camera for 3.5 years, 4 years, since he was 3.5 years old, and I've always wanted to kill him. And he's kind of been a ghost, and I hadn't been able to see him in the daylight hours. And I sat in the shooting house around the 1st of November during the hunting season, and I asked the good Lord, I said, good Lord, I've never asked for anything selfish, but could I kill this deer? And the good Lord let me kill this deer, but he's done it for his glory. He's made him a record book deer that I can go out and gotta have a platform to share this deer with all the people in the world to kind of grow his kingdom. But I'll tell you a little bit about how I killed the deer. The deer was killed him January the 17th, about 6:35, somewhere along in there, right after daylight. He was following a doe. We come out in the corner of a green field, and when I seen him, I thought he was the Hartford elk. He's just unbelievable how big he was. And my heart was jumping out of my chest. I couldn't get my gun set up right and everything. I was going from his head to his tail and all that. I had to jump back and get a different description, kind of a different perception of what I got to do here. I got to get this thing right. And I shot him, and he just acted like he wouldn't hit. He walked across the green field, and he was fixing to fall over. And I shot him again and killed him. And I didn't believe he was dead until I rode my buggy down there and kind of seen him laying there on the ground. And it just like, man, I was ecstatic, man. It's just unbelievable how big this deer is.
One thing that stood out on this deer compared to many other big deer is the main beam length. Each main beam was very massive. This one being 28 inches, this one being just under 28 inches at 27 7/8, I believe it is. So both very close to 28. There's only 3 deer ever registered in Alabama Whitetail Records with 30-inch main beams. So that gives you an idea of just how close this deer is to just having the longest main beams of any deer that we've seen in Alabama. One thing unique about the North American Whitetail record scoring system is there's no deductions taken for asymmetry of any antlers, and that's what really allows these deer to just be measured in their natural sense and not deducting or hurting the deer from not being perfectly symmetrical. For instance, this time here was over 15 inches here, 15.25 inches here, and the equivalent point on the other side was 13, so he doesn't get 2 inches of deductions for that. Now, one thing that's unusual about this deer is it just, as I was saying earlier, this deer is just on a different scale. It's a big deer, but sometimes it doesn't appear to be as big because it's just on a different scale. All 4 of his tines, other than his brow tines, are over 12 inches, over 15, over 12, and these 2 are almost 13, so high 12. So it's just a larger scale. Everything's bigger. Main beam's long, everything's long. It's actually got good mass, but it don't appear to have the mass that other deer may have just because everything's so much bigger. And I think you can kind of get an idea of just how big he is when you've got him up against other large 8-points and how massive this deer actually is.
It's a great story for Wayne to share with us, and as all you deer hunters know, a 175-inch 8-point is a real rare thing, especially in the southeastern United States. So we wanted to give y'all a good look into this 175-inch 8-point in Alabama, free-ranging 8-point. Wayne's been watching it for a long time, and it's Wayne's deer. He finally got him, and we're all so happy for him, and just wanted to share it. Wayne wanted to share it with everybody out there one more time, and Wayne, we're just so happy for you. Congratulations on a deer of a lifetime, and then
It's a God sent deer.
yeah, there's no doubt about it. Well, that's it from Thomas in Alabama. Alabama Whitetail Records Museum, Edgeworth Buck, 8 Point, Ringo County.